far in the REIS Get Connected Asphalt Rally Championship, we have visited Wales, the Isle of Man and Scotland, where we saw the championship leaders swap hands between Melvin Evans and Damien Cole. With Melvin Evans' absence here this weekend for the fourth round of the championship, the Lovell Rally of the Midlands, it may mean that Damien Cole could take a tighter grasp in that championship lead. Well, the last round of the championship, Damien, was a very productive one for you. You took the lead of this championship.
Yeah, Melvin didn't have a good event and we managed to take maximum points. We're only leading it really because we got 3 scores and Melvin's dropped 1, but on dropped scores he's still got the 2 wins, so it's really important today. We need to take the maximum points this weekend.
How do you feel? How confident are you for that here at the Rally of the Midlands?
Well, we're going to give it our best shot. We haven't come here to come. We won it 2 years ago, finished second last year by 7 seconds, so we want a second win on the event this year.
After the bad luck in Kelso, not only have you arrived here, but you've arrived here as number 1 on the road, John.
You know it's where I belong, Breed. Isn't it? Yeah, I can't believe the clerk of the course phoned me up and said, do you mind going at number 1? Really? Do I need anything else going in my life at the moment? But Brian Kamak is Simon's navigator. He's sitting in with me. And just for a laugh, he's got me lost on the road section here, just to settle my nerves a little bit. So that's hence why we're down, I don't know, about 12 cars. But we'll make it up. So not that I was speeding on the road section, but that's the first go I've had in the car. So that was quite useful. So
yeah, you're taking on the challenge of driving this Mark II this weekend. When's the last time you sat behind the wheel of a Mark II?
Never, and would be never. So, but like when the back end comes out, you turn into the skid, I think. So that's like opposite lock. I think that's all you have to do, isn't it?
Way to go to the first car away.
With his win at the last round giving him the edge in the championship race for the first time this season, it would be all the motivation that Damien Cole and James Morgan needed to start round 4 off in the same way. The pair swapped times at the top of the results over the 5 stages and eventually take the number 1 spot at the end of the day. However, that number 1 spot wasn't safe for Cole, far from it, as Steve Simpson and Patrick Walsh traded times with the current champions throughout the day and end day 1 on an identical time, meaning that there would be no advantage for either of the crews at the start of day 2. A return to the championship for the first time this season for Gary Lacroix and Paul Hollingham in the Toyota Corolla WRC would start well, 3rd overall at this stage, just 23 seconds off the battle at the top of the results and coming out on top of the B14 class at the end of the day. It would also be the first appearance in the championship this year for Mark Welch and Keith Hounslow in the Escort Cosworth, just 12 seconds down on the Corolla after the day's 5 stages and in the lead of the B13 class too. Washington James and Paul Williams start the day off in 5th. After a non-finish on the Manx and being missing from the last round at the Jim Clark, it would be valuable to the championship to get some points here this weekend, not only overall but also in the B12 class, which the pair lead at this stage. For Rob Tout and Dan Holly, it will be much the same as the rest of the season so far, consistency being a big part of the results in any championship, and after the 5 stages of day 1 this weekend, the pair would lie in 6th place, just 2 seconds behind the Darien in front and leading the N4 class too. Problems at the last round with the gearbox slowed David Hardy and John McCulloch a little, but no problems at this round meant the pair could have a proper push and make the most of this round for some more championship points. They lie in 7th at the end of day 1. 2012 hadn't been the best of seasons for Martin Hodgkinson and Tony Jones. A non-finish on the Manx was all they had on the score sheet so far. So that 8th place at the end of day 1 was a good start to the first points of the season for the Escort pair. Cautious start to the event for Chris Jones and Ashley Trimble, understandable after the pair's accident at the opening round on Eppend. 9th at the end of the day was a good start in the car's first outing since its repair. A familiar face, a familiar car, but not a familiar position for John Indry and Brian Cammack. Having to get used to many different combinations this weekend was a battle in itself, and 10th was the best that could be managed for now.
Or sharing that leading position after the seeding stages, Damien?
Yeah, it couldn't be any closer. We both tied with Steve Simpson, and we got quite a big lead over everybody else now because we've only done about 11 miles tonight, so it all starts again first thing in the morning.
It's really the bulk of the event tomorrow.
Yeah, tonight was just a warm-up. So we got quite a big lead over everybody else, so it's going to be just a big battle between the two of us tomorrow now, I think.
So you have the title, a joint rally leader tonight, Stephen. Are you happy with that?
I am, yeah. I mean, they're only small stages. We've done 5 of them, but it's nice to come in and go out tomorrow head-to-head with Damien. So,
were you secretly expecting that this evening?
I expected to be there or thereabouts, really. I've not done the Mallory Park one, so I was quite surprised we took a couple of seconds off Damien on each one. So, you know, we've got...
You looking forward to the battle tomorrow?
Yeah, it should be a good battle tomorrow.
So a smooth and comfortable drive this evening, Gary, right until that very last corner.
Yeah, it's all gone very well tonight, to be honest. We had a half spin at Argent's Mead, but nothing that cost us a lot of time. But the rest of the stages we've been fairly clean on, and that's what we've been trying to do, is to get here now without any major problems, because it's all at Myra tomorrow that the rally will be won and lost. So that's what it's all about.
Well, evidently it's been a roller coaster of an event for you already.
Yeah, not very good, to be honest with you. But listen, we had to get through the first night, and that's what we've achieved. We're not that far off of, you know, the points that we want, 5th or 6th in the championship. We're 10 or 15 seconds. What was the John Indry excuse? Number 8, I think. Simon Major was a better driver than me. Fair play, because I can't do it. I don't know where the braking points or anything. To be honest, I've had a good little race with Damien around Mallory. I don't know if you guys caught it. He's come up and sulked, but he must believe in Santa Claus, the Christmas fairy, and everything else. If he thinks I'm going to let him pass, right? Because he was here. You held me up. You don't need me to tell you what I pointed at, so I didn't hold him up. But that's neither here nor there. That's little boys having a bit of fun. But it's down on power. We've just put it. The voltmeter is not doing what it should, and then we've just checked it, and it seems like it's overcharging. Would that do it? So I don't know. If that's what that is, the same power as mine, then Simon Major's brilliant. He just isn't. He just hasn't got that width that mine's got. So I don't know.
Of course, anyway, it would take a bit of time to bed into a car.
Oh, but I'm talking about that's where we would be 5th or 6th, and now we're 10th or so. I don't know where the hell we are. It doesn't really matter. To be honest with you, I just made a decision. We got to get through tonight. We'll see if these boys can sort it out. What can I say?
Tomorrow's a new day.
Tomorrow is a new day. We'll try. This is going to be a good debrief here. Don't listen, children. There might be some swearing involved. I'm going to get back to it. See you later.
With day 1 complete, let's take a look at the class rundown. So with the cruise finished and resting before the action starts all over again, here's a reminder of the results at the end of day 1. Day 2 would see a fresh start for a lot of the crews, with the bulk of the mileage to complete in 3 more loops, and over the morning stages Damien Cole and James Morgan would manage to leave the rest of the field behind and open up a lead of almost a minute and a half now.
Left over crest 40, left 2 narrow through post 40, right 3 over crest, tighten, slowing, middle through post, stay left and turn right 9 on crest, very slippy, round the barrier. 40, right 4 minus, opens over grid, 80 over finish, right 2, stop, slower than last time. 22, same time.
Whatever way you're playing the game this morning, Damien, it's certainly working.
Yeah, we've had a big push. I knew the rally's going to be won or lost in Myra, and we had a big push on the 4 stages in there, and we've taken quite a big lead now, so hopefully this afternoon we can just settle back and maintain the lead.
What tactics did you change this morning, or was it just the mileage on the stages?
We just went as fast as we could, and we've done a bit of work with the suspension on the car, specifically for Myra, and it seemed to pay off because in there we took big chunks out of everybody.
For Steve Simpson and Patrick Walsh, the damage would be done in Myra. 30 seconds lost to Cole on the first of the visits there alone, and a number of seconds over each of the remaining stages. This stall not helping the pair as they drop time to Cole, but they still remain best of the rest in second place.
Right and 3 left, tightens in the mid through grid, 60. 3 right, 250 up mid, all the way up. It's like a 1 right here, up to 5 right. Keep going up, 5 right here, opens into 3 right long, 40. 5 left through grid, tightens and very slippy. 2 right in the chicane.
Yeah, we struggled in there. It's just too tight. The directions are not out. We went the wrong way twice. We just can't get round some of the chicanes they've put in and stalled it, reversed. So that's the way it is.
What do you need to do to tighten this gap between yourself and Damien?
I think the gap's too far now, isn't it? I think it's about a minute or something, is it? So unless Damien has a problem somewhere, I think we're going to struggle.
Will you be happy enough to settle for second here?
Yeah, we'd take second, yeah. So there's a long way to go, yeah. We've only done, I think it's about 13 stages, so we're just over halfway, so there's a long way to go, and anything can happen, as we all know. It's rallying, so...
It would be all change in third though, as Washington James and Paul Williams make a push over the morning stage to jump up from 5th, still leading their class as they had done at the end of day 1, but now from a much better overall position on the leaderboard.
How has it been going so far? I know a lot of competitors did complain of difficulties over Myra.
Yeah, so it was very difficult to know which way to go. It was to judge where the corners were, and the notes didn't read that well. But it's the first time we've been on somebody else's note for about 5 years, and it's makes a change.
The car's been driving okay?
The car's been very good. First time with Paul as well, and we're starting to get used to each other now, and everything's going good.
It would be bad luck for Mark Welch and Keith Hounslow at the start of day 2. as they retire the Escort Cosworth on stage 7. This means that 4th place was up for grabs, and in a big push over the morning stages, it would be John Indry and Brian Cammack that take up that place, clearly getting used to the car a little more now and getting it handling as he wanted. This was looking like a good rescue mission for some points after the Jim Clark issues.
It's been a learning curve, but whatever tactics you're applying seem to be working. You've gone from 16th to 11th and now up into the top 5, John.
I was going to say nothing, but the fact that you just said I was in the top 5, look, little cheeky grin. Oh, just can't believe it. This is what happened to me last year around that Myra. They obviously haven't got enough marshals. I hate criticising these guys, but we've come off the start there. We're first car. There's just nothing to show where you're going at all, so we've gone wrong. Patrick Walshwood with Simo said we lost 25 seconds on that. Well, when you look at our times there, we're not too far off when you take that into account. But everybody's got stories. They're all getting stories like that lost. Then that Merivale, please, can you, honestly, it's just like this. We are getting to the finish. Are you listening to me? That is all.
It would also be a good climb up the leaderboard for Chris Jones and Ashley Trimble. No stranger to going well on this event in the past, but it hasn't always